Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am Gebo the Shaman, and today we are going to be doing some guided interdimensional meditation. So please do follow along with me. I will guide you along this journey today. I don't know necessarily what's going to happen today. I just usually let my guides guide us into what they want us to do today. And yeah, so you know, um, that's what we're going to do. So, if you'll follow along with me, I'm going to turn on my music here. There we go. Alright. And now, let's see here. So, before we begin this meditation, I just want you to go ahead and close your eyes, or first find a very comfortable spot in your home, somewhere where you can be with yourself and just relax. And maybe dim the lights, maybe turn on like essential oils or something. Whatever you gotta do to make yourself feel comfortable and relaxed. So that's what we're doing today. Alright, so let's see here. Let's just go ahead and take a big deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Okay. And we'll just continue with that breathing. Breathing in very gently, very slowly. And breathing out very long, very slowly, very relaxed. Letting this breath become your natural breath. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Alright, now I want you to focus all of your conscious energy, all of your awareness, all of your consciousness, all of your focus. I want you to focus upon your body. And throughout this meditation, whenever you lose track, whenever you lose focus, I want you to bring focus upon your body. And then focus upon what we're talking about, or what we're doing in the meditation. Alright, so just nice and relaxed, nice and calm. So we're bringing our focus, our energy into our body. So those thoughts about what you had for dinner last night, or about what your spouse is doing right now, or what your kids are doing, or about that assignment that you need to complete at work. It's just all let that go. Right now, this time is dedicated to your spiritual empowerment. You don't need to worry about the things that distract us. Okay? So just breathe into your body. And now bring your focus from your legs and from your head into your heart. So bring all that focus that you have into your heart center. And now we're going to focus upon there's a column of light. There's a column of light that is going from your root chakra all the way up your spine into your crown chakra, and it's going up and out of the crown chakra. So now we're just going to follow that beam of light, that column of light, up out of our body. We're just going to follow it out of our body, up through our roof, up, out. We can see our neighborhood, we can see our city, ascending further and further. We can see our state. We can see our country, our continent, and finally we can see the world, the entire world. And now we make the decision to penetrate through the 3D to 5D barrier. We're just going to go through that. And now that we are in 5D, I want you to examine your heart. So, this is something that we're going to do. I want you to just breathe into that heart center. Okay? So, in shamanism, we have a thing called animism, which means that everything is alive and has a consciousness. So, we're going to now call on our light being friends, our ET friends. We're going to say something to the effect of, are there any beings of light who love me and want to talk to me? If this is your first time doing a meditation like this, you might not know who your guides are. That's okay. But for me, I do know who my guides are by name, and I will call on them. So now we can see our guides appearing in the distance. They are traveling to us very fast, and yeah, they appear in front of us. And now we're going to ask our light being friends, our guides, if they would take us to our heart center. So we're just going to ask them to take us to our heart center. Wherever and whatever that is in the fifth dimension might be different for each of us. And now what I'm seeing is I'm seeing a being who is one of my three selves. So if you don't know what the three selves are, I will explain that to you. So we have three dantians. One is in the third eye. One is the upper center, the third eye, the crown chakra. That's one. The other one is in the heart. And the other one is in the navel center, meaning the belly button. So, the three ones, or the three dantians, they are within you, and they work together to accomplish things. So now, what I want you to do is we can see one of the three ones here standing in front of us. And now we're just going to converse with him or her, whatever it is for you. One of my three ones is a male, so I will converse with him. And we're just going to ask him let me see here. Let me talk to my guide here just a second. So we're going to ask this person, and I will just be calling him Ve, as in V-E. So, Ve, can you please tell me what I need to know in order to heal my heart center? Go ahead and ask him this now. What is it that I need to know to heal my heart center? And the word trust is coming up for me. The word trust. Okay. Can you expound upon that? Can you tell me more about that? The only way to open up the heart center is through a trusting relationship. Heart center is all about friendships, about cooperation, about trust, about interacting with others, about the soul, about spreading the joy of the soul from oneself to others. And so, by trusting us, you'll automatically start healing. By continuously making the choice to interact with the ETs, we are giving our trust to them. Okay. Thank you. And now we're going to ask, what is the one thing that's blocking my heart centers, my heart center? He's telling me that for me, it is fear and fright. Being frightened. Okay, so can you expound upon that more? Can you tell me more about that? You have a great deal of wounding and armor. not allowing other people to see you. But you knew that. Yeah, you did. Okay, so what else would you like to tell me? There's something that is... What? Coming to you that will help you to heal. But you must first be open to the possibility. What is it? To receive love. Yeah. Okay. Alright. So, is there anything else that I can learn from you? Is there anything else that you'd like to tell me? It says up here in the, the higher dimension, up here in the fifth dimension, he's healed. Like, there's nothing wrong in that dimension. Okay. So here's another question worth asking your heart center, as I call it, they, because we have Odin, Billy, and Vay. So here is a question worth asking, which is, what is my soul desire? Just meditate upon that for a second. What is my soul desire? And he's telling me some very personal things to myself that I'm not going to share here. Whew. Okay, so alright, so now we are going to you can ask your middle self um you can ask him whatever you like. What I catch my mind doing is when I hear my soul desire, I just go, that's so impossible. Like it's something that I want, but it's something that is very it's going to be challenging to achieve. And I can't really say what that is here. Um alright, so now I want you to let's all just thank our middle self. Just say thank you and respectfully leave and all that. Oh, thank you so much. Actually, before that, one thing that I'm prompted to do for myself is just ask him one last question. That I will, it might be helpful for you as well, but I'll just ask him this. So why do I have so much emotional pain in my heart? Alright, guys. Whew. So, that was very intense. So, what is it? Alright. He's not telling me directly what it is, but he's kind of like circling around it. And it's like I can feel what he's talking about, but it's just not direct. And that's okay. And guys, just remember that you can come back here whenever you want. Alright, so we are going to now politely and respectfully bow and exit the room, exit the space that he's in. Thank you so much, I appreciate you. And now we're just going to go even more upwards, like higher and higher. We're going to ask our guides to take us to our higher, the higher self, or so we have so we have Odin at the top, which is the higher center, the first self, second self, and the third self. So second self is in the navel, third self is in the heart. So we're going up to the higher one, whatever you want to call it. The self that lives in the third eye. So ask your guides to take you up to the self that lives in the third eye. And what I can see is just this light emanating from behind this person. So he's got like a halo effect, where his aura gives off light. And feel free to ask him whatever you like. But what I'd like to ask him is, do you have anything to tell me? So he's saying just wonderful things about me. He's heaping praises on me. He's really like lifting lifting me up in a lot of ways. And he's asking me, do you know who you are? And my answer is, I think so, but I'm not completely sure. And he says, you don't know who you are. But we have the greatest love and respect and appreciation for you. He says that I'm doing incredible things. Incredible things. So, okay. I mean, so the feeling that I get is that this is like a loving parent who just sees the best in me. Like, being around this energy is just... it's very healing. Very, very healing. Very... having a lot of emotions come out right now. Mm. Ah. I mean, the kindness and the love is just um, so much. It's a lot to handle. And I can say that as humans, we're kind of programmed to devalue ourselves, to kind of hate ourselves, to think less of ourselves. But the higher self thinks as nothing but love. And it's more than words. He's not just communicating with me in words. He's communicating with me in energy. I can feel a lot of energy on the upper centers. Third eye, crown, heart chakra. A lot of intensity in the throat. Alright. Okay, so we're going to ask him if he has anything else to share with us. And he says, for me, he says, that's all for now. You can continue to ask him questions if you like. But I'm now going to go down this column of light. We're just going to go down this column of light, this light shaft, and we're going to go down past the middle self, and we're going to go down into our lower self, which resides in the navel. Now this may be a challenging experience for some of you. We'll see what happens. I can't guarantee anything. Okay. So we asked our guides to take us to our lower self. And we can see him We come up to him, walk up to him, very respectfully, and we ask him if he has anything to tell us. And I can kind of see like a dark shadow. And then behind him, I can see like this golden background. And now we're just going to ask him if he has anything to tell us. And he seems pretty quiet. Alright, let's just take a step back and ask him if... Well, let's just introduce ourselves to him, tell him who we are. So, hello, pleased to meet you. Nice to meet you. Would you like to with me today? And just ask him for permission if he would like to talk to us. Alright, so this may be different for you, but what I'm getting is a lot of silence. What I'm getting is he's not very talkative. There may be some blocks here, there may be some issues here, things to work on. So, if your lower self is not talking to you, What I want you to do is turn to your guide. Your guide will always talk to you. Your guide will always be there to assist you. Just talk to your guide. And I'm gonna ask my guide, you know, what's going on? Like, is there something wrong here? So what I'm getting is that my lower self is angry with me, and that he has kind of just bound himself up, and he's not cooperating, and he's just not wanting to, not wanting to really have anything to do with me, which is crazy to say. But okay, we're just going to. And by the way, if you're not experiencing the same things that I'm experiencing, that's okay. You can continue on in your meditation asking your lower self questions. But what I'm going to choose to do is I'm going to have me and my guide close together. We're going to walk up to him. We're going to let him loose, unbind him. Give him some freedom. Treat him nice, give him a snack. Okay. And I can feel some energy moving through me. My energy from up here, the crown chakra, I can feel it moving down to my navel center. Okay. What else? Are you okay? Okay, so we're just going to... If your lower self is anything like mine, we just need to really tend to him and help heal him and things like that. So we're just going to put some energy into him. Just having my guide help me to heal him and restore him. And a great question to ask your lower self if you're having trouble manifesting is, why can't I manifest anything? And the answer I'm getting is because I was restrained. Who restrained you? Who restrained you? Okay. Alright. And now, are you good? Yep. Okay. Alright, so now I am going to we're going to call our three selves into one place. So let's go up to the heart center again. Just rising up through that golden column of light. Going up to the heart center. And now we're just going to ask our higher self to come down to us and our lower self to come up to us. We're going to ask our higher self to command our lower self. We're going to ask our lower self. So we'll do that right now. So, hold on. So, okay. Higher self, can you please guide and look over my lower self? Make sure, guide him, make sure he's doing all the right things to help us get along and work together. Our higher self agrees. And now we're going to ask our lower self to obey the commands of our higher self. So, lower self, And kindly and respectfully I ask you, would you please obey the commands of my higher self? Who says yes? Okay. And now, the lower self is going to converse with the middle self, with the heart center. And the heart center is going to direct the lower self to create and fulfill the soul desire. So, lower self, will you work with, will you work with the soul? Will you work with me to create and fulfill my soul desire? And the answer is yes. Okay. And now we are going to do something. We're going to stand in front of our higher self and have him send his energy into our third eye. And as he's making that connection, we breathe in and we allow him to come into the third eye, to merge with the third eye. So, 1, 2, 3, inhale. Hold it. And exhale. Okay. And now we are going to stand in front of the lower self. We're going to allow his energy to come into our lower self, our navel center. And the same thing here. We're going to merge the lower self with our lower self. So we're going to inhale. 1, 2, 3, inhale. Hold. And exhale. And then we're going to stand in front of the middle center. The heart center. We're going to allow his energy to come into our heart. And let's go ahead and have him merge with us. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, inhale. Hold. Exhale. And now we can see, we can feel in our body that the higher self is coming down to the lower self. The lower self is bowing down to the higher self. And the higher and lower self come up to the heart center and wait for the instructions and the command of the soul. Now I want you to think about the one thing that you feel would give you the greatest amount of joy. That one thing that your soul desires most. Really feel that energy. Really feel that desire growing in intensity. Okay. And imagine that soul desire as like a bubble of energy that's expanding out from the heart center. And it's expanding out, and as it does, it goes out and it touches it expands out to encompass the lower self and the higher self. And then as it expands out even more, there's a blast, there's a shock wave from the heart that expands and blasts that soul desire energy out into the world. Okay. Alright, and now we're just going to thank our three selves for helping us, for helping us to explore these things and to achieve our soul desire. And now we're just going to come back down that shaft of, or that column of golden light, and we're just going to come back down that until we reach just outside of Earth. And then we just surround the Earth. We all just surround the Earth. And now we're just going to do the Who Are mantra. So this is a mantra. It's spelled HUAR. And we're just going to do this now. So, go ahead and inhale. And we'll do this mantra. And as we do this mantra, I want you to send the most loving, healing energy from your heart center out into the earth, sending this very loving, healing energy to Mother Earth and to all mankind, because humanity is hurting right now and we need this loving, healing energy for our own sanity. Alright, guys. Wonderful. Okay. So now we are going to go back down to Earth. We're going to see the world beneath us. We're going to descend down, penetrating through the 3D to 5D barrier. We're going to find our continents. I'm going to find our descend now. As we descend further and further, we can see our country, we can see our states, and we can see our city. As we descend further and faster, we can see our city, we can see our neighborhood. And we can see our house. And we just come and descend right over our house. And we're just going to slip back into our house, slip through the roof. And then we're just going to slip back down into our body, our physical body. Perfect. And now we're just going to take our hands, put them together. We're just going to rub our hands together, creating a lot of friction, a lot of heat. Now we're just going to put our hot hands over our eyes. And now we're just going to breathe in, inhaling the heat from our eyes down into our feet. And when we exhale from this energy down into the earth. So inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Alright. You can rub your eyes, rub your face, rub your scalp, back of the neck, front of the neck. You rub your shoulders, arms, chest, Alright, you can rub your belly. And scoot back in your chair. Pat down your legs. Alright. And now I'll just scoot in a little bit. So now what I'm going to do with you guys is just do a quick energy qigong exercise. So I'm gonna scoot my mic back here. There we go. And now we're just going to go ahead and take your hands like this. We're just going to be doing some waterfall qigong. So from your hands go like this. Scoop up the water. Inhale. And then bring it down to the navel center. And when your hands are going down, you do this triangle shape and you seal the energy. You bring your hands out to the side, bring them up, inhale, and down, up, and down. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, alright, that's a very cleansing and healing exercise. What it does is it brings the 3 ones into alignment. You can see that I'm bringing energy up to the higher self. And then I'm bringing it down, sealing it to the heart center, and then down into the navel center, to the lower self, the navel center. So let's just keep on doing that for a sec. Actually, I'm gonna come to the edge of my chair here. There we go. That's better. Alright. And just keep on doing this stuff. And the great thing with this exercise, you can go as slow as you like. You can do something like this. You know, if you really wanted to. So just inhale on the way up and exhale. That's a great way to do Qigong. So that's something that I found to be very helpful to do after our meditations. So, yeah, because a lot of times after meditations, I feel very lightheaded, very winded, like not winded, but just like lightheaded and not feeling very good. So now, when I do these, I like to do a little bit of qigong afterwards. It gets the energy moving throughout the body, like it gets everything moving and flowing, and yeah, it's just a really great way to kind of get these energies moving after you did meditation, because a lot of times meditation is focused on like the higher energy centers, like the throat, third eye, crown chakra. So yeah, so anyway guys, so that's my way of kind of balancing things out, and balancing and healing and all that stuff. So anyway, let's see here if I can get this chair pushed forward here. There we go. So, alright guys. Well, I appreciate you coming to meditate with me today, and it's been wonderful. And if you're viewing this afterwards, then go ahead and give it a like, give it a comment, leave a positive comment down in the comment section, and give it a share. Share it with all your friends on social media who you think will be interested in it. And yeah, really appreciate you guys. Really I love you guys for, you've been a big support for me over the years and stuff. So yeah. Alright. So yeah, thank you for hanging out with me today, and we'll see you next time. Peace. Alright. Love you guys, and we'll see ya. Goodbye.